Hello again everybody and welcome back to the channel. Good to see loads of you tuning in already. A very warm welcome back to Reza, Captain Reese, Captain Paul D, Paul Brown, John, Pretender, all channel members of course. Very warm welcome to you guys and others sat around in the chat watching, tuning in as well. If you're tuning in for the first time, very warm welcome to you. Please click subscribe down below. We're chasing 5,000 subscribers now. And we're here today at Lima, Jorge Chavez Airport, and we're going to head to La Paz as part of the Fly UK tours, although in my haste to get set up I chose the wrong livery, so I'm actually in the channel livery today, but it'll be too late for me to change it at this point. But the other folk over in the distance, you can see that they're using Fly UK colours as well. So our route is going to be fairly short. It's about 1 hour 40 or so flight time, and head into the flight deck. We've got our performance page and everything set up already. The one thing I need to do, we've got fuel at 4,872 kilos, takeoff trim of 7.2. We need to set that with the elevator. It's at 7.5 at the moment, so let's bring that. Let's bring that down. And we've got the APU fired up and our route input as well, ready to go. Captain Paul, hopefully you can hear me a bit better now. Doctor on board, hello, and Slow Raider, channel member, welcome to you. So on departure, we're going to be on the Pacol 3, runway 15 out of Lima. It's bizarre you guys are saying that because I've actually not changed anything with the microphone setting. Let me get it to the max. Hopefully it physically can't go any louder than that. And I'll bring it a bit closer to my mouth. And Paul Brown, yeah, I've remembered Skytrack. And Violin, hello. I've also connected to VATSIM using the call sign Skyways 4944 today. For this. So I'm hoping they won't penalise me for using the incorrect livery, because it's a bit late for me to change that. Wesley, hello. Question is out soon, after departure basically. This is a bit of a handful to start with, so I'll get everything ready to go. Once we're airborne, I'll then unleash the question. We're pretty much ready to go. Just going to prep the giveaway. It's a one-word answer today. And remember, as always with our giveaways, to try and sort of prevent spam. Seb, I know I've completely forgot in my haste. The other guys are in Crystal. I say Crystal. There's one Crystal CRJ there. Bit late for me to change though, unless you want. Seb's one of the staff members at Fly UK, guys, so if he wants me to change, I'll quickly change livery. I don't want it not to count for the leg, of course. It won't take too long, if I do have to. Daniel, hello, welcome to you. Seb, thank you. I got everything set up about 20 minutes ago, and then it was only about 1 minute before I went live I realised I was in the wrong livery, which is madness. I was supposed to be in the Crystal today, but we're ready to go then. And in that case, I appreciate that. Let's get fuel boosts left and right on. Flyuk.aero, folks, if you want to join the virtual airline and do routes like we're doing today. Windshields left and right on low, probes are on. Yeah, my bad, I did forget. But yeah, at least it's the correct aircraft type. Once we get airborne then we'll start the giveaway for the chance for 2 subscribers to win a copy of the Just Flight PA28. Jorge Chavez traffic, Skyways 4944 stand 2, 3, push and start.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Let's get beacon on.
Parking brakes released.
Continuous ignition source.
Skyways 2320, stand 10, pushing and start.
Boost pumps are on, air conditionings and things are on. Whoopsie. Thank goodness for that.
Captain, the cabin is secure.
It's a good job. Good job the announcement was there for the door. Jason, no, we're on Unicom today.
Skyways 696, taxiing out to runway 15.
I can't believe I've forgot the livery today. And we're pushing. That's at 23 N1, so let's click that. Into idle, fire up the engine. Ethan, hello, welcome to you. Hope you're okay. Ooh. Oh, that was worrying. Locked up for a second there. Yeah, this is supposed to be the Fly UK livery, guys. I had a couple of phone calls before the stream today and I lost track of things, so I ended up just clicking into that thinking I'm streaming later, and I completely forgot that I was supposed to be in the Fly UK colours, so my bad. But you can download it if you're a Fly UK member. You can download all their liveries on the website flyuk.aero, as you'll see shortly with the other guys. Yeah, how much did I pay to buy Fly UK? I wish there was a value. It's set invaluable. Left start.
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes, please.
So we're watching,
Parking brake set.
as I've shown in my
Roger.
tutorials,
Okay, the tow bar is disconnected and the equipment is clear.
watching the N2 rise.
With the pin.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
The next time we do the next leg for this, I will be in the correct livery. So, reaching 20, click into idle, and you'll then see the aeroplane left engine fire up. Yeah, we're on a we're on a wet lease today. A Fly UK wet lease with Osprey. Let's close Pushback Express, we don't need that. And we're watching the N1 for engine 1, fire up. Hydraulics are kicked in. There's our flight number today, guys, UKV 4944. The FS2 Crew Pushback Express, yeah, the announcements aren't the best. There we are, so that's all fired up ready. Both of those are in the correct position. Just give it a little wiggle to make sure they are in the right place. Spoilers, let's arm the thrust reversers. And for those of you who have issues with the autopilot disengaging when you take off, it's because you need to make sure you've clicked both of those, enabled and engaged Mac trim. That light there will go out, and then you press yaw damper 1 and yaw damper 2. So I've seen a few comments lately saying my autopilot keeps disconnecting every time I try and do it. It will be because of that. So give that a go, hopefully that helps you guys. Taxi lights. Borgo Chavez traffic, Skyways 4944, taxiing to Hold Point Alpha via Foxtrot and Alpha. Bit of power. Brakes. Flaps 8 for departure today. Cam Sachs, hello, welcome. Now this is where I need to harness my inner Aerosoft. Let's get rid of continuous ignition and let's turn the APU off as well. And close the APU door. Yes, I've set the CRJ keybinds today. Daniel, yes, unless there's been an update today for the CRJ, I've downloaded the latest updated build. I think it was about a week ago, I think that was released. We'll taxi past some of these guys who are in the correct livery, so thanks to them for doing it properly. Can't believe I forgot. If you haven't tuned in before and you've got the Aerosoft CRJ and you want to work out how various bits work, like the hold function, or just look at some tutorials, then I've got a playlist for that on the channel. I'll take you through everything. Jurassic, yeah. Hopefully we get some scenery today. PAZ, of course, is in the mountains. You know what, we probably want to turn here. Let's just whip it across.
Lima traffic, Skyways
Wesley, thank you.
Papa Bravo, stand 13.
These guys can push them.
CRJ with the dodgy paint job has passed from right to left.
There's the correct paint job, that's what I was supposed to be in.
Facing north.
We'll get a close-up of that in a second.
Lol.
Seb, yeah, gone old school with those. But there's the correct one. That's what the flyuk CRJ livery should look like. Oops.
It's time for another giveaway today. Subscribe.
Subscribe. Yeah guys, we'll be kicking off the giveaway very shortly. Make sure you've hit subscribe before you answer the question. Otherwise the bot won't read the valid entry.
Lima traffic, Skyways 2320. After the citation Jet 4 has passed by, I'll taxi to holding point Alpha by Foxtrot 1 Alpha.
Where's that? Where's a CJ? CJ4?
Lima traffic, Osprey 60 kilo will push and start after.
So let's quickly grab this. So there we go. That's what the flyuk crystal livery for the CRJ looks like. In my haste, I'd clicked the incorrect option there. Cheers for the super chat, Wesley.
Skyway 696 at the runway.
Cruise altitude today of 37,000 feet. And the altitude, the elevation for the airport at La Paz, in I think Bolivia, is 13,314 feet of altitude. So particularly difficult in the CRJ. Matthew Presley, who pops into our live chats quite regularly, is a real CRJ pilot in the US, and given us some great tips, tricks for the CRJ over the last few weeks. And of course, he's kindly informed us that because of performance data issues, over 6,000 feet we won't get any V-speeds for approach, so it's down to us to work that out. Yeah, Topaz Sky liveries are fantastic as well for those Australian and US, Australian and New Zealand flights with flyuk. New Zealand in Microsoft Flight Simulator is particularly fantastic. Let's see, so we've only got strobes and landing lights left. Everything else is looking good. Cat Balls, yeah, is in the 737 on X-plane, but of course we're seeing him as a A320 today. Thomas, hello, welcome. Seb's favouring Aurora. Nice. Yeah, there's loads to get involved in with Fly UK. There's the old delivery, going old school, a couple of years back.
Lima traffic, Skyway is 51 Papa Bravo, taxi to holding point for runway 15 via Alpha.
Matt, hello. William, hello, welcome. So, flaps, slats 8 set. Takeoff elevation trim 7.2 is set. I can't believe I'm in the wrong livery. Oh dear.
Lima traffic, Osprey 60 kilo, pushes to stand 1.
Hello.
Don't even know what Helluer is.
696 departing runway 15.
Wesley, no problem. I appreciate your donations, even if they come with crazy messages. Let's let the other guys catch up. There's Paul. So Paul Brown today, guys, in the live chat, he's kindly another Paul. He's kind. There we go. That's what we should have been in. Look at that beaut. Should have been in that. But yeah, Paul Brown's donated money today for the 2 Piper PA28s that we're just about to start the giveaway for. There we go, looking good. Flyuk.aero, folks. And there's loads of us in the channel who are part of Fly UK, so get involved and join us on these flights. Kai, hello, yeah you did. I'm sure there'll be another instance in the future though. Daniel, if you've got it via the marketplace, you'll have to wait for Aerosoft to update it via there and push it through the marketplace to get an update. Sadly, which is why I always buy direct.
Osprey 60 kilo, taxi in via Lima to holding point for runway 15.
Thomas's Fly UK good. It's exceptionally good, yeah. Hundreds of routes across Europe, pretty much most of the world as well. Lots of code shares around the US, Alaska. We're doing this South American tour as well, so there's loads of tours around pretty much the entire globe in any aeroplane imaginable. You have to start for the first 10 hours in the Cessna Grand Caravan for those of us on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Buzzing around New Zealand, but it's particularly scenic, so yeah, it's 10 hours well spent. Right, so while we wait for Paul to depart, there he is now rolling, so we'll line up and we'll start the giveaway, shall we? Jorge Chavez traffic, Skyways 4944 via Alpha, lining up runway 15. Strobes to enter the active. So then, we'll start the giveaway now then, folks. Remember, you've got to be subscribed to be eligible to enter, of course, as we chase down 5,000 subscribers. So please hit subscribe down below before you answer, and as it says in the terms and conditions, you can only answer once for the question, because we want to sort of prevent some of those spam entries. The bot has got an anti-spam function on it, so if you answer twice during the entry period, it will deactivate your answers. Paul's just up now, long old runway, but hopefully we're not going to have such a long takeoff running this. It's like a rocket. So the question then that you guys have to answer is this, for your chance to win one of 2 Piper PA28 aircraft, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yes, Jurassic, good point. I'll mention that in a second. So the question is this: what does the letter V in VFR mean? What does the letter V mean in VFR? So just put that answer, just one word, into the live chat through the duration of today. Let's rock and roll. Brakes, press the toga button. Jorge Chavez, Skyways 4944, runway 15, departing on a PACL 3 departure. Toga, thruster set. See those answers thrown in or into the live chat already.
Lima
So
traffic,
as we
Skyway
depart,
2320 is lining up
80
runway
knots.
15 by Alpha.
V1, rotate. Positive right, go up. So yeah, as I think Jurassic Lark mentioned in the chat, there is a, he makes a good point, the Aerosoft CRJ for Microsoft Flight Simulator is also a Class E aircraft, so when you join flyuk, you can dive straight into this and do routes like we're doing today through the flyuk tours, and, or take it out on various different Class E routes. Nav, speed, autopilot engage, into the climb gates. Skyway's 4944's airborne, passing 3000. Sven, do I have any tips for newbies on VATSIM? Yes, I've got loads, and if you're new to the channel, then check out my playlists section. I've got an entire playlist dedicated for helping people get started on the VATSIM network, so do check that out. There's Lima down below, capital of Peru, of course. Looking pretty good. It'd look better if we were in the right livery.
Visual is the answer. I win. WOHOOOOOOO.
Oh, God. Mats, thanks for your £10 tip. That's really kind of you. And yes, that is the correct answer.
Lima traffic Skyways 2320 is taking off on the Takeoff 3 departure.
So we might have to enter the hold at La Paz, depending on if we all end up flying in at the same time. And depending on the weather as well, we may either be flying the ILS Zulu for runway 10, or we'll have to fly the circle to land.
Lima traffic, Skyway 51
Which will be
Bravo,
interesting.
lining up runway 15.
Let's let that nose come down. We'll target for 250. For those of you who haven't got the Aerosoft CRJ, this is the first time, but the only time actually, this is the only time in this aeroplane where you have some element of auto throttle flying for you. Beyond this, let's push that and get rid of it. And beyond that, we have to manage the throttle entirely ourselves. Jurassic, yeah, I had the same. I was in the Cessna Caravan for the first 10 hours as Class C, and I really enjoyed it. Daniel, it doesn't matter.
No,
The
I
answer.
win. Matt giveaway's mine.
Paul, thank you for your donation. Appreciate the support. So over the coast, and then we'll be left turn, flying off down that way. Seb, yeah, pretty much. It's just a VMR that I've downloaded from a server on Discord somewhere. There's an MSFS model matching Discord server. So in addition to my one, which will match the
Skyways 2320
fresh new liveries.
40 for 50.
Look at that down there. Wow. It will also sometimes generate the old school liveries as well, using this other VMR. Tony, why can I still not be accepted on your invite? I'm not sure. Have you got William or somebody in the chat that might be able to help you there? Because I'm not particularly great with Discord, so it may well be that I've done something wrong.
Remember to fly over the city.
Mats, thank you very much, yeah. One of the guys from flyuk actually gave me that tip and said that if we fly over the city, which we're going to do today, standard pressure. Oh no.
Pneumono ultramicroscopic silico volcano coniosis at.
Wow. That actually did it. I couldn't even pronounce that. But yeah, we'll be flying over the city, thanks to a little heads up from one of the guys at Fly UK. Said it's particularly scenic if we do that. And then we'll be vectoring in for like a bit of a teardrop ILS approach. I think Wesley just googled one of the longest English words he could possibly find in the dictionary there for the bot. It did well, it worked. I'm as surprised as you are, Wesley. There's Paul up ahead. A couple of miles, and you know what? What we can also do on this is, it's the only aircraft in the sim currently that has TCAS. Reset the heading bug. Yeah, it's the only aircraft that has TCAS in Microsoft Flight Simulator on VATSIM currently, so that in itself makes this quite spectacular. And of course it's got a very good heads-up display with loads of information on it. Captain Sachs, no, the tours that we're doing today are part of Fly UK, so ice warning, master caution. Let's deal with this quickly, bear with me. We're going to lose cowl power now. We're going to lose some power in the engines.
This channel is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Oh, no. Daniel, no, you're fine. I can see it on the list here. So for those of you tuning in, you want to just answer the question, what does the V in VFR stand for? To begin with a chance to win one of two Just Flight Piper PA28 Arrow 3s. Only answer the one time. Merchant Studios, hello, welcome. Only answer the one time to make sure that you have an eligible entry. That's absolutely killed our climb performance, this has. We'll enjoy the views for a little while. So, I'll put the link in the Discord server. You've got to do one flight a month with flyuk.aero to stay active. It's free to join. Really, really good community. They've got a Discord server as well, specific for Fly UK, so everybody can chat around there. The tours in particular are great, and they vary from short little hops that could be 10, 20, 30 minutes in length, all the way up to big round the world journeys in like the A320 and things like that. Vivacious. We'll see how many people copy that one. Skliver, what killed the performance? Cowl anti-icing. So you can see now we're barely climbing. It's because we're entering some icing.
I don't even know how
We'll
to
turn it off for a bit,
those words.
and you'll see now the N1 rockets back up again. So in this, the cowl anti-icing really does take away quite a bit of power from the engines. So you don't really want to use it in the climb. But we had that ice warning, so I put it on briefly. Paul and Jurassic jinxing themselves there in the live chat. Yeah, guys, make sure you hit like and subscribe down below, of course. Kai, I didn't even know Monarch had a virtual. And of course, we're going to be doing tons of giveaways as well over the next couple of months. We're going to be giving away gift cards for Orbex and all sorts. If we reach 5,000 subscribers by Sunday, which hopefully we will, I think we're only about 50 off, then we're going to be doing a VFR flight around the south of England. We'll log it as Fly UK Flying Club hours, and we'll poodle around from Land's End all the way up the south coast of England, and then up again, up past Gatwick, Brighton, up past Gatwick, over the Thames into Denham. With flyuk, is it possible to skip a month? Yes, so there's a annual leave policy thing if you like. So all you've got to do on the website, on your account page with flyuk, is just click on there that you're going to basically go on holiday. Tony, if you've got Discord, ping me directly on Discord, and well, I'll see what we can do here with that. You should be able to join, unless something's going horrendously wrong with your Discord setup. But it all does depend on how you're accepting the link, as Jurassic's saying there. But yeah, you can ask for a month off basically. Mats, I wish, that'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? And they've got some, not this one because I made a mistake, selected the wrong livery, but they've got some fantastic liveries for the Aerosoft CRJ, the A320, the Cessna Grand Caravan. Oh, Tony, if you haven't got Discord, then you can't join the Discord. You've got to have Discord to be able to accept the invite. Kai, it has indeed, and we've got a really good community behind the channel. Look at that transition, all the different cloud layers. This is live Microsoft Flight Simulator weather, folks.
Plan via Blitzwing, Pitgagara, Twindrobert, and Tilio Gogogok next.
I mean, I'm not Welsh, but I think that was pretty correct as well. Is that a mountain ridge? Oh, good grief, it is. Look at that. Let's see if we can get that out the window. What button? What's my... Scrambling around for keybinds. Look at that down there. Just falls off a cliff. It's incredible. Thomas, yeah, so the A32NX, he says the A32NX is better than the CRJ, and it's better than anything else. So I love the Airbus A32NX by fly-by-wire. That is very, very good. And it's free. It's been developed by volunteers, all in their spare time. I've been testing it from day one as well, from when the sim, or from when it launched as Project Airbus, as it was back in the day. And I've been a QA tester with them from the start, testing things since I think my first test flight for the project was 24th of September, so a very long time before I even started live streaming. So it's great to see the progress that the team have made from the beginning of the project up to where it is now, and they're just about to release stable version 0.6. I think today, I believe. So very, very good. Daniel, awesome, awesome. Altitude capture coming up. So don't forget, it's down to us now to manage the throttle. Flatride, yes, your custom views will have to be reset again for the fly-by-wire A320 because of course it's now treated as a completely separate aeroplane in the sim. I'm getting the views of the mountains here, but I'm keeping an eye on the PFD on the left hand side here because I want to monitor our speed. For those of you tuning in, to enter the giveaway you've got to make sure you've clicked subscribe, of course. And then you've got to answer the question. You only have to answer once as well, so please make sure you only answer once. Answer the question, what does the V in VFR mean? What does the letter V in VFR mean? Daniel, from today the stable version will include the fly pad, the coffee cup, all of the additional stuff, all the new textures in the cockpit and everything like that. So everything that's in the development version up to 1 hour ago will be in the stable version that they're just about to release, I think today. So for those of you with the installer, if you're on Discord as well, you'll be able to follow them for their announcements or their Twitter. They'll put out to everybody when they've released the update, of course. And then all you've got to do is hit the installer for the stable version. Let's check our speed because we're in cruise. There we go. So we want to hold. I've allowed the aeroplane to accelerate a little bit. We want to hold that speed. I could do max 7.8 if we wanted to. A couple of A320s today, so we'll go with max 7.8. And you want to set, the trick in the CRJ is to set an N1 depending on what speed you want to achieve. So for this, max 7.8 at 37,000 feet, you want about 85.5% N1 or 80% N1. It takes a little fiddling because we have to manually control the throttle entirely now. But once you set that, the aeroplane will stabilise. Okay, we're still accelerating, so maybe we could do 84%. So the trick in the CRJ in managing the throttle during the cruise is to find different N1 settings depending on what altitude you're at. And then you can pretty much just leave it, as we did in the stream the other day, we can pretty much just leave it at that N1 figure for most of the time. Let's just bring that throttle down to 81ish. So the question is, what does the letter V in VFR mean? You've got to be subscribed before you answer, and by entering you're giving yourself a chance to win one of 2 Just Flight Piper PA28 Arrow 3s from Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I've done a couple of videos with that product or aeroplane for the sim. It is very, very good. So we're just watching that speed bleed down a little bit here. So we'll probably target 81% N1 here. It's probably going to be efficient for holding max 7.8. Catapult, are we? Whereabouts are you? Tony, I saw that today actually mentioned, but I haven't found anything. There we go. So a little bit more. We could probably go nearer towards 81.5 to 82% N1. There we go. That's kind of holding inside that little pink bite. So all we can do in the cruise is select a speed target, but then we manually have to fly the plane to aim for that. And as you can see, at 37,000 feet, it's around about 82% N1, and we're holding that quite nicely. And providing the weather doesn't change significantly, reset the heading bug. Providing the weather doesn't change significantly, we should be able to hold that level of N1 for most of the way. One hour left to go to enter. John's gone high today, flight level 410, wow. Captain Sachs, ever considered adding a webcam? I have. The difficulty for me is the job that I do, I can't actually show my face without causing issues at work. So sadly for that reason I can't have a webcam. Tony, yeah, it must be a TCA thing or a specific hardware related bug, because I mean, as you saw there, I was changing the M1. I'll do it again now because we're just letting that speed bleed off a little bit, just one tiny notch, and it hasn't dropped. We've gone 0.5% more N1. We'll go up to 83, shall we? So during the cruise, what you kind of want to do is you want to try and keep the speed inside the pink band. So to be precise, it'll be right in the middle, But if you let your speed bleed over out of the pink target, then you're going too fast, you need to adjust. Similarly below, you need to adjust, and that gives you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 knots of play. So you can manage your speed nicer there. You don't have to chase the exact figure the whole time, because that becomes quite difficult otherwise. No, Captain Sachs, no, it's a good question. Ooh. Just watching that drop, that's bizarre. Well, let's put in some power to counter the speed. 1-year-old Rainbow, good afternoon. Do you see it? Yeah, the Mako Simulations Birmingham is fantastic, and of course I think that's being updated over the next few days too. I can't say what I do, sadly. Can't confirm or deny anything. V for Velociraptor. And there he is, Mako Simulations. Hello. Speak of the devil. Let's reset that N1 again down to about 83 to try and hold the speed. So let's have a little look through Navigraph while we're nice and stable in the cruise. Here's our route for today. Heading out of Lima, Jorge Chavez, in Peru. Heading across Peru all the way to the Bolivian border, descending down then into Bolivia for La Paz. Sierra Lima Lima Papa for the airport code. Ordinarily from the Jules VOR here, the route would take us UM 657 direct to the PAZ VOR and in. However, one of the folks at flyuk informed me that it's very scenic if we come in over the city to then vector round, so that's what we're doing today. Yeah, Jurassic, yeah, he's been summoned. David tipped £5. Thank you very much. That's really kind of you. Appreciate that. Thanks for your ongoing support. Options via La Paz. Let's have a little look here, shall we? It's SLLP. So there's no prescribed arrivals. You basically target the VOR and you fly in. Or some lightning you guys just missed. Bizarre though, because it's clear skies. We've got this entire mountain ridge here to factor in, and of course we're going to be flying in right up close to that, so we've got to be careful there. I can't see any heights. 17,000 tops, the highest as we're flying over that section could be 19,000, so that's okay. And then approaches, what we're planning for is this, but if I type in .METAR SLLP, winds are 0, the variable at 2 knots in light rain, so ILS Zulu runway 10 is perfect in that instance. If it was particularly bad, we would have to look at doing the circle to land procedure and target the runway on the other direction, but we're not going to need to do that. There's a hold over the PAZ VOR if it's busy. We all converge at the same time, so that's something else to watch for. But in effect, we're going to be flying over from the north, vectoring round over the city. We're then going to come down south of the airport slightly to try and vector in on this little teardrop. So then we're going to manually fly a VOR approach using the CRJ. I'll show you guys how that works. Whether I could do it or not is another question. I've done it before, hopefully I could do it again. And there we go, so over the VOR at 18,000. Descending down to 15,000, we're going to be 8 miles from the airport, turning round to then fly in on a ILS approach with a 2.4 degree glide slope. Now one thing that's really important in the CRJ is the airport elevation. We need to tune that in manually in the CRJ because we have to think about depressurization at the other end. We need to tell the aeroplane what altitude to stop at. So we can go ahead and do that now. So 13,314. So we go right to the overhead. Cabin pressure up here. That is going to update the landing elevation there. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel until we get 13,314. Goes up in increments of 20. Press and hold it for a minute, and then I'll just see how it's gone. For those of you tuning in, don't forget we're doing the giveaway. It's live at the moment. 4,720. Good grief. Whoops. You've got to subscribe and also answer the following question: what does the letter V in VFR mean? Only answer the one time. If you want full terms and conditions, by the way, guys, it's all in our Discord server for entry. And we'll be drawing 2 winners today, and each person will receive a gift card for the exact value for the Just Flight PA28 Piper Arrow 3 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. 10,000, get in there. If you use pounds, if not, it'll be a PayPal transfer instead. So all the details are in our terms and conditions. 11,400. What's interesting is I think this is going to be over the level at which the cabin's pressurised. Yeah, cabin altitude's 7,000, so it's going to have to pressurise itself to land. Sounds like we've dropped. What are we at? 13,500, so let's drop that a little bit. We've gone a bit too fast. Let's scroll the other way. 13,260, of course. $280, 300, 320. That's the closest we got. 13,320. There we go. So there's our landing elevation checked. Juicy just became a bronze frequent flyer. Very warm welcome to you. Thanks for joining. Sorry for the delay. I was engrossed in landing elevations and data. If you're in our Discord server, let us know, myself or William, and we'll get you added in to the club lounge there. How are we doing? Let's increase that range. For the arrivals, you'll be able to see we've selected lock, which is basically the ILS Zulu for runway 10. In the radio page, we can prep that. As we saw on the charts a moment ago, I'll show you guys again briefly. We need the La Paz VOR of 115.7, and we need the ILS DME of 110.3, which it should auto-tune itself as we get closer, but we'll set it manually anyway. And we need to set a MDA of 13,331 feet, which is going to take a while because we have to manually set that as well. Whereas of course in the Airbus we can just type it in and hit enter. So 110.3, that's the ILS, and then 115.7 for nav2, which is going to be tracking the VOR. And there's nothing else for us to track, I don't think. So that's us pretty much all ready to go. One thing that we could potentially consider as we get closer, let's do MDA as well while we're here, because that's going to take a while. 13,300. Let's push that. And get scrolling. 13,331. On the PFD, you guys can see MDA and the figure changing up there. We've got a way. We've got a way to go. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, there's no quicker way, sadly, for this, I don't think. You can see how I've set an N1 on the engine, and the speed is pretty much just holding around that speed band of Mach 7.7 that we've set. Maybe ever so slightly to the top end of it. But that's okay, we can just leave it there for a little while. If it gets a little beyond that purple pink band, then we'll obviously just bring the M1 down by a tiny little bit for the throttle. That's scrolling, 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 almost halfway. This is one of the tedious things with the Aerosoft CRJ, but it's got to be done, otherwise we don't get our minimums call out. Our rad out is 220, so we could, if we wanted to be lazy, we could set a DH of 220 instead, but I might do both. Almost there. Doesn't like the 10,000s, does it? Good grief. I don't think they anticipated people flying in on high altitude approaches. 13,331. $12.5. 13, 300, 1, 2, 3, 30. There we go, that's our MDA set. We could also, if we wanted to, set a DH of 220. We could do both if we wanted to, I guess. More so just to show you guys how all this works. In this instance, it would have been a lot quicker for us to just tune the DH. 220. There we go. Captain Sachs, the giveaway is going to be announced when we land, and we're going to be touchdown and switched off on stand, of course. For those of you who are tuning in, if you're going to be drawn in for a as a winner, if you're going to be announced as a winner, I'll announce it verbally at the end of the stream, and of course it will pop up in the live chat as well, whoever Nightbot chooses out of all the eligible entries, and we will then after announcing it, you'll have 24 hours to claim it. Ideally, say hello while you're in the live chat if you are announced as the winner, and that way we can get your prizes arranged quicker as well. If you want to set up custom views like this as well in your Aerosoft CRJ or any other aeroplanes, then check out the tutorials that I've got on the channel, and it shows you pretty much covered most of this, so you'll be able to see how to set custom views in the Flyuk A320, how to do it in the CRJ, how to set your throttle up in the CRJ as well. Matt, hello, welcome. Aviation Simulation, hello to you. What was that little beep? Sounds like Alt. Yes. Let's bring that N1 down slightly, so you can see we're just tickled above that because we're descending. as the aeroplane's refreshing its local pressures and things. We could probably come back ever so slightly on the M1, 0.5 or so. Juicy, check that you haven't got those on. If you've got cowling icing on, it will destroy your climb performance. So make sure they're both set to off for climb, and then you'll probably find that your M1 and stuff will shoot up again. Yeah, Tony Flight Train, try using Google Chrome if you've got Google Chrome. Bounce, thank you. We're just heading over towards Bolivia now, so we've done a bit of Peru, absolutely stunning. If you want to see Volanta as well, our map today for our journey. I'll show you guys Volanta. There you go. So departed Lima. Of course our trip before that was up here somewhere. I think we left up here. I can't remember the previous leg that we did. But we ended up in Lima. So we're now on leg 3 of the Fly UK Scenic South America tour. And we're heading from Lima to La Paz with a whole lot of terrain to deal with. One thing with the Aerosoft CRJ, because of a limitation with the sim, Aerosoft weren't able to put the terrain radar in properly, so that's one thing that's against us today. Interesting. So do you see that both your cowl icing is off and have been for a while? What else could it be? Let's have a little look, see. Try and diagnose this. Not sure what else it could be. It's only really anti-icing that's going to kill your climb performance, unless maybe you've got centre of gravity issues and a lot of weight is at the front of the aeroplane. That might give you issues. If not, check to make sure that you haven't dropped out of speed mode. So make sure you've got speed mode selected and you've got the aeroplane in the climb gate for climb, otherwise it won't, it will just level off basically. Ian, yeah, we're still working through the tour. I think you probably completed it already yourself, I would imagine. There's La Paz in the distance. I should try landing at SPJC. What airport's that? Is that Brazil? Like the domestic city one in Rio de Janeiro? Did you fly over Cusco? Yes, I think that was on Volanta actually. Where is it? Juliaca actually we're flying over. Let's have a little look. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, aviation simulation. I can't see it on the map, so perhaps not. Ah, John, you've got issues as well with levelling off at 270. Dog's going to go woof. Ah, there's Paul. Looks like we're going to be overtaking him. Now, interestingly, we should have a TCAS alert coming up as well. Have I got it? Is there a button down here for TCAS? No. Strange. But yeah, there's Paul. We're about to blast over the top of him at a couple of 1,000 feet above. Tony, I'm not sure, to be honest. Definitely nothing my side. It's registered you as a channel member, of course. What you might have to try is, I guess it depends on your card. Maybe your card's blocked it. There goes woof woof. Usually we get a little TCAS thing pop up here. I'd imagine I've just not clicked something there. But TCAS is on. It's on auto. Auto, traffic on. Maybe we do that and we get all. TCAS off, come on. ATC cell. Why has that gone back to standby? There we go. There we go. I forgot to turn that on. Oh well. He's down there somewhere. There he is. French is live now. All you've got to do is answer the question, what does the letter V in VFR mean? You've got to be subscribed to be eligible to enter before you do put the answer into the live chat, of course. Oh, let's get rid of the seat. Let's do that, shall we? Put TCAS on below. There he is. So it's the only aeroplane that's got, in the sim, working TCAS. Campbell, yeah, no, it's just the way that the sim renders everything in at the moment. There he is. No other aeroplane has got that at the moment, which is really cool. Let's see. So there's some go coming up. What we can also do as well is, it's a really cool feature, we can hold in the CRJ. So it may well be we want to let Paul land if he's got right of way, for example. And we can go ahead and enter that in ourselves. So we could ask for it to go hold at PAZ, which is there. We could add that. We can't quite see because I have a lot of gumph over there at the moment, but we'll see as we get a bit closer. We can look at the charts and go, well actually we want an inbound course of 333 with a left hand turn. So we go 333/L inbound course, and then it's a southeasterly circuit and a radial of 146, which is interesting because it should be 153. I'll show you guys the charts. That's what I'm tuning in at the moment. An automated hold. We could put it on standby basically, just in case we need to. And a max IAS of 270. That cannot be correct. That is very quick for a hold. So we can change that. That's because it's over 18,000 feet, or over 10,000, so it's basically wanted to go super quick. We can change the leg time to just 1 minute. and that'll change the leg distance to 4.5 nautical miles. And we can change this to, let's see, 220 knots. And we can then hit execute. So as we get a bit closer, it will tell the aeroplane to enter the hold. We go back to the legs page, we can just hold it there, ready basically. 160 miles to go to Dobney. Not too much to worry about descent wise today. Checking our speed. You see what I mean about the N1. So around about 82.5, and we're holding our speed perfectly at flight level 370 without having to intervene too much. Tony, so what's the bit below that inbound course and turn direction? Let's have a little look here, shall we? Oh, the leg times. So I'd imagine I've already answered your question then. So we're entering via PAZ, direct entry, and an ICAO hold. We have an inbound course and direction of 326 with a left turn, and then we're going to be on a southeast circuit with a outbound radial of 146 degrees. We've changed the leg time to 1 minute, which has then also changed the leg distance to 3.7 nautical miles, and we've changed the speed to a max of 220. Wayne, yeah, ILS Yankee 10 does work for the route we're on, but I've been specifically told that this particular approach, providing we come in over the PAZ VOR, is very scenic. So I've tried to like stitch the route around a little bit to try and make that work as well, because I've had some great suggestions from some of the Fly UK staff. Where's Paul? He must be behind somewhere now, in my left in the dust. Oh, there he is, directly below. We've got contrails. Yeah, only answer just the one time, folks, for the giveaway. If you answer twice, the bot will recognise that it's a second entry, and it will mark you as ineligible. So it checks two things. It checks, have you got the answer correct for the question, and it also checks to see if you've subscribed. And if both of those are yes, it ticks your name on a list that I've got on my screen here. Jeff, hello, welcome. Hope you're okay. Jeff, wild guess, but you'd be correct. So the question, guys, is what does the letter V in VFR mean? As I said before, you've got to be subscribed as well, of course. Tony, thanks for the reminder. What I might do is I might just do one hold just to show you guys how that works in the CRJ as well, if you want. What GPU am I using? Good question. I'm using a GeForce RTX 2070 Super. Our speed's crept up ever so slightly here, so let's bring that N1 down just one tiny little bit, like half an inch, not even that, on the throttle. So 0.5% N1, and that'll just help bring that speed down ever so slightly. Do you see the channel livery? Head to our Discord server, and if we added you into the lounge, or even on general chat, actually, it's a frequent flyer livery that's available to everybody. You can just do the command, I think it's !livery, I think, off the top of my head, inside the Discord server, and it will give you a link to the Google Drive. We've got A320 liveries. For gold frequent flyers as well, they've got their own exclusive CRJ, PA28 and A320 liveries. And then everybody else has got a variant of the one I use for those three separate aircraft as well. But of course today I should be in the Fly UK colours. I clicked the wrong livery as I was spawning in haste. I should be in the Fly UK Crystal CRJ today, of course. So we're doing a bit of a wet lease, an Osprey flight, or a Fly UK flight operated by Osprey, which is our channel call sign. those of you might be tuning in for the very first time, very warm welcome to you, of course. Do enter the giveaway and say hello in the live chat while you're here. And if you've got any questions about the CRJ or anything else, just ask in the live chats. We're quite a friendly community in the channel, so we're all happy to help you. But do click like and especially subscribe if you're enjoying today's video, or our stream. And be in with a chance, make sure you enter to be in with a chance to win a Just Flight PA28 Arrow 3. How is the CRJ performance wise, say, compared to the A32NX, asks Simon. Very good question. I actually get much better performance out of this. I don't get, excuse this if you find this nauseous, but I can spin around the flight deck really quick and I get 0 stutters. Whereas in the A320, I'd be getting, I'd be having a couple of stutters left, right, and centre. Kevin's asking about TCAS. Let me scroll up and find that. Kevin, there we go. Good morning. Can you show me where TCAS button is? I saw you talking about it earlier, but it was on my phone for work. So, a couple of things to click. You want to make sure that switch here is on 1 or 2, depending on what you're using. 1's fine. You'll then see on this screen, let's turn it off, transponder goes to standby. If you turn that to 1, the transponder's active and it's squawking out the 2000. You can click into here and it gives you your TCAS menu. You can have that on auto or standby. You can have it on TA only. Just leave it on auto. And you can select traffic on or off. You can ask for traffic norm, above only or below only. Let's just leave it on norm for today. And then we can hit return. On the left hand side here on your little screens panel, you'll see this bit here where it says norm and alt 370. We can turn radar off, radar on, terrain, sadly it's not mapped. I'm not sure if we're going to see Paul. No. But effectively we can change the range and we can look out for TCAS. We'll get little TCAS reports as speeds drop now because the aeroplane's decided to drop 400-500 foot randomly. So a little bit more power to bring that speed back up. Daniel, yeah, PC parts. If you check the live chat, that's all there for you. As it's saying there, it's an AMD Ryzen 5 3600X CPU with a GeForce 2070 Super GPU. I've got 32 gig of DDR4 RAM at 3600 MHz and a 1TB hard drive for SSD. Watching that speed come back up again. And for those of you just watching, we're flying a flyuk leg 3 tour today for Scenic South America. Flyuk.aero if you want to join the virtual airline. There's quite a few of us on the channel that are part of it, and it's very enjoyable. Lots to do, loads of routes all around the globe, and of course today it's brought us to Peru and Bolivia for leg 3 of the Scenic South America tour. Matthew Presley, there we go, our resident CRJ pilot. Hope you're okay. Tick marks on the inner ring of the nav display that can show, yeah, there's like little little dots. I've obviously changed the setting from norm here, so let's put that on below. Test. There we go. Traffic, TCAS, testing. It's testing all the systems. It's giving us a. There we go. TCAS test OK, and some display on here as well. Daniel, yes, my sim is located on in a solid state drive. Let's bring that N1 back down. Now we've let the altitude settle. What I did forget to do was bring the throttle back with it. If you're just tuning in for the giveaway, you've got probably 20-30 more minutes until we land at La Paz. To enter, you've got to be subscribed first and foremost. Click the like button while you're at it as well if you're enjoying the stream, of course. And you've got to answer the question, what does the letter V in VFR mean? You've got to answer that correctly. Just answer the one time as well. If you do it twice, the bot removes your entry. So just give the answer the one time only. We've got 60 entries at the moment, 60 entries for a chance to win one of 2 Just Flight PA28 Aero 3s for Microsoft Flight Simulator. On Sunday, we're going to be, if we reach 5,000 subscribers by that point, of course. Hopefully we chase it by that point. Paul's right below. He must be in the cloud, because I can't see him. He's in that thunderstorm. Oh, and some lightning. On Sunday, if we reach 5,000 subscribers by that point, we're going to be doing a group flight live, and we're going to be flying the Piper PA28 from Just Flight during that group flight on the Microsoft Flight Simulator multiplayer servers. So everybody's welcome for that. And we're going to be giving away a whole host of stuff on Sunday's stream for that group flight if we get to 5,000 by then. We'll be giving away a gift card for Orbex up to the value of $35 Australian for people to buy whatever you want with, whoever wins that prize. We're going to be also giving away a €30 Aerosoft gift card as well to a lucky winner. And Just Flight themselves have also really kindly donated for Sunday's group flight. They've really kindly donated a Piper PA28 Aero 3 as well. So there's at least 3 things we're going to be giving away on Sunday to come. Channel full of giveaways, thanks to donations from the community. On Sunday as well, Just Flight as well, donating one of their awesome products. Catapulty, you're stuck in the storm down below. Well, this is where I wish we had a properly working weather radar. Noah, just subbed. Welcome to the channel, thank you. Hope you're enjoying the content. Those of you with Microsoft Flight Simulator, let's check out speed. There we go, that's holding nicely. So we're doing Mach 77, 83.3% N1. That's what we're kind of holding the throttle at the moment to try and hold that speed. Might need to come down a tiny bit more, but we'll just let the aeroplane settle itself. I'm going to turn the VNAV window off. Oh, it's on there anyway. Okay, we'll leave VNAV on. And interestingly, it's not giving us any advisory VNAV today because it thinks we should be at our cruise the entire time. Can we have a can we have a 3080 in a giveaway, please? If Nvidia rock up and a big thunderstorm on the left there. If Nvidia rock up and they give away one of those, or allow us to give away one of those, that would be incredibly good. TBM, hello, welcome. Captain Paul is directly below us in the storms. Only need another 30 subscribers for the big 5,000. Yeah, we're really close, guys. Click subscribe if you haven't done so already, and that'll let unlock even more subscribers, of course. Maybe when we reach 10. Yeah, you know what? If we reach 100,000 subscribers, I'd imagine the giveaways will have gone up in size as well, just with it. I'd like to think. That's a long way off, though, unless we reach out to a wide audience within the community all of a sudden. at Nvidia. Over the course of the week coming, of course, I've got to go back to work in real life, and every day through the week up to Sunday's stream we're going to have content going live. I've got loads of videos lined up every day for the coming week for you guys. Catbaldy, storm's throwing me about, I need a sick bag please. Yeah, Matthew, when Aerosoft cracked the TCAS, not the TCAS, sorry, when they cracked the terrain and everything else, that's going to make the aeroplane quite good. So we need the terrain and the weather map to work properly for us. Especially today, we're going to be flying potentially through this cloud, and we could do with a terrain radar really to help us along, because there's a lot of high terrain around us. EXO, now that would be quite cool, wouldn't it? Giveaway for a real life flight. Maybe if we reached... that's not a bad idea actually. I don't think anyone's ever done that on YouTube. Captain Sachs was asking how long have I been at it to reach 5k. So the very first live stream, I guess when I started to be serious with the channel, was the start or the middle of October, so not very long at all actually. We've been absolutely smashing it. Catball, yeah, they are getting up towards our level at flight level 370, aren't they? We're going to have to think about descending at some point soon as well. We haven't got an advisory VNAV today, but we've got less than 100 miles to go. And we've got the hold at PAZ VOR on standby too. Thomas, what do you mean a place on a meetup? Le Monde, Brazil, hello, welcome. Yeah, no, I don't think any channel's ever done that before. I mean, sadly, a lot of channels at the moment aren't doing many giveaways, but then we've got an exceptionally good community behind this channel that's helping us do that. I like the idea that somebody's fun, and this Cream agrees there as well. A giveaway for a real life flight would be quite cool. I'm not sure what the logistics of that would be, or how we'd book that for you, but and it'd have to be. Yeah, I guess it depends on where you're based in a country as well. It'd be very easy for me to give that to somebody in the UK, but you know, it's something we could try. Simulator trip. It would be quite cool, wouldn't it? $80 miles to Nevsky. Person in North Korea. North Koreans wouldn't be included, I don't think. Okay, so let's think about starting for descent, shall we? Let's bring this down. Now, because of terrain, I don't know what the weather's like, I'm going to do 20,000 because I know there's some hills at 19,000 peaks with peaks. So vertical speed mode, let's bring that throttle back and vertical speed down to 1.8, 1,800 foot per minute. and managing the throttle to try and hold the speed that we got selected as we enter the cloud. Well, yeah, it would be a one-way ticket, wouldn't it? Remember folks, if you're tuning in, click like, click subscribe as well, and then you can enter today's giveaway by answering the question, what does the letter V in VFR stand for? Answer the once, the bot will pick it up, and when we land, get the engine switched off, we're going to draw 2 winners, and both people will win a one of the really amazing Just Flight PA28 Aero 3s for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Thanks to Paul Brown, one of our channel members, for donating the funds for today's giveaway. That's really kind. Yes, thank you. Getting sidetracked with giveaway stuff. We need icing on. Let's put the cowling on as well, shall we? SimPilot, hello. It's a fantastic aeroplane, isn't it? And of course they've gone to the effort of adding the contrails functionality for the sim as well. Couple more of the answers trickling in. If you haven't already, head to our Discord server as well, folks, and all the terms and conditions are there. And the terms and conditions for Sunday's giveaway, if we reach 5,000 subscribers by then, we're going to be giving away a whole host of stuff then as well. Cap B, just been reading about Fly UK, sounds really cool. What do you actually do when you join? I need to read the manual but want to watch your stream first. So you sign up to flyuk.aero. You start off as a Class E first officer, and you can then fly the CRJ if you've got it, which is amazing. But also you can fly the Cessna Grand Caravan in... Let's just target that lower speed, shall we? The Cessna Grand Caravan as well if you wish to. And you basically rack up 10 hours, and those 10 hours will allow you to then will get promoted to Class D, I think it is, Class D First Officer, and that then allows you to fly the A320. So there's a bit of a career element to it. You've got to start at the bottom and work your way up, but it doesn't take very long, especially the flights that are available for Class E First Officers and Class E Captains with Fly UK. Even in the Cessna Grand Caravan, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, they take you around really, really scenic parts of the simulator, around New Zealand and things like that, and it's absolutely stunning. Some of the places you fly, and because you're in the Cessna Grand Caravan, for those, you're flying low and slow, and you get to really enjoy that scenery and take it all in. And it shows you how fantastic the aeroplane is. Hopefully you guys can see that, but you can just sort of see the hold entered into the aircraft there. And that will be interesting to see with the discontinuity what happens. Maybe I can delete that. Where are we? Legs. Delete. That's then going to draw a line, and it's also going to commit the hold. It has. Where is it taking us? It's taking us back the other way. We don't want that. Fixed it. Hey, we're all on this channel. We're all biased towards Fly UK. It's exceptionally good. So I spent quite a lot of time through August, September, October onwards building up my hours, and I'm Class A Captain I think now, which means I can fly pretty much anything in the sim as and when aircraft get released. But the tours especially, we're doing a tour here now. For those of you just watching, we're doing the Scenic South America tour, which is on flyuk's website for members of the VA. And Slow Raiders doing Pilots of the Caribbean. That's a great tour. I did that back in August, September. Fantastic routes, hops, all around the Caribbean. And some of the channel members as well have been doing a round the world flight as well, which is about 30 something legs I think it was, and it literally does take you all the way around the world. And as UC's saying, yeah, you can do offline flying as well. You download the Skytrack software and that basically records your flight as we're doing today, although I am in the wrong livery, my mistake. They've got some great liveries on the website as well. You can download them for both the there we go, there's the hold, A320 and the CRJ. So we've gone in and entered that hold into the aeroplane. 33 legs support, there we are. Big old tour. We're not too far actually. You can see there with the advisory VNAV it's saying that we're going to reach 20,000 foot by axis. We're getting close enough as well now. We should be able to go VOR 2. It's giving us that direction to the La Paz VOR. Simpala, yeah, flyuk is definitely the best one. I spent a little while in BA Virtual and I couldn't get their software to work. And then I had some terrible messages from one of their members of staff moaning about my tutorial videos because it wasn't following their own SOPs. They wanted me to change the tutorials. And I tried to explain to them that actually I'm doing tutorials on the channel for just everybody from a basic level, not following really specific things. And they didn't like that, so they kicked me out of the VA, which is bizarre. But you know, can only try. it is what it is. But flyuk is great. There's loads of variety. They've got code share things across the US. Their New Zealand and Australia routes with Topaz Sky are absolutely stunning as well in the sim. And they've got a Discord server, so loads of us, all like-minded people, a lot of our channel members as well, we're all on their Discord server too, and we take a little look. They hold weekly events all the time. There we go, Tony's doing around the world in 80 days UK tour. He's done loads actually, wow. There's a European tour that I'm supposed to sink my teeth into as well, coming up soon. Once we've completed this tour. Bit of rain, here we go. Yeah, Matthew, they were particularly strict, and for me a lot of my tutorials are all based on helping people start from absolute scratch, like from zero, and learning how to fly the A320neo, how to get onto VATSIM and everything else. So they didn't want it that way, which is a shame. But you know, years and years ago, good grief, about 15 years ago I was part of flyuk, and that was back in the days of when I started in flight FSX. Tech team, no problem at all. I'm glad I was able to help. That's Ruben, isn't it, I think, from memory. I'm glad I was able to help there, and hopefully you found the CRJ tutorials very helpful. Let's bring that range in. The biggest tip that I can suggest with this, guys, with the CRJ, is stay one step ahead of the aeroplane at all times. Let's bring that throttle back. So I'm already thinking about the hold at PAZ. So you're having to think that far ahead in the CRJ, because otherwise the aeroplane can start to get ahead of you. Managing the throttle, remember there's no auto throttle in this. And I'm going to demonstrate how to enter the hold and fly the hold in the CRJ. I've got it set up, and that's exactly there if you look on the nav display, and I'll show you Navigaph now. You can compare that on the charts, and you'll see that it looks exactly the same. All terrain warning. See, this is why I levelled off at 20,000 instead of 19. This would help us really if we had a terrain radar, because I'd actually be able to see what's going on. Thomas, that's really nice to hear, and I'm glad you're getting more out of your sim experience as well, because that's ultimately what we want. We want to enjoy the sim as much as possible. Hence all the tutorials. And yeah, you've got to start from somewhere. Wow, I have to absolutely push it here. Come on, girl. Kai, really appreciate you've enjoyed all our VATSIM tutorials. And you know what, I was really struggling with. There we go, got our speed back. I was really struggling with pressing that push to talk button on VATSIM when I was first doing it, so that I was quite keen. I was quite keen to do that.
Keep up the great work, I appreciate it.
Ruben, thank you very much, that's really kind of you. Thanks for the tip as well. I was quite keen to do tutorials so it helps other people get started on the network, because one of the hardest things is pressing that push to talk button. QFA, I'd rather you press the like button, of course. And those of you tuning in as well, don't forget, yeah, we'll be landing soon. And at that point, once we've turned the engines off, the giveaway entry period will close. Wow, there's the terrain. I wish we could see it all. Let's bring that range in again. So we've pretty much slowed down to our holding speeds now. SimPilot, yes. So in the CRJ, the pilots would have their hands on the throttle at all times. So when they go around, their thumb, their thumb, for whatever hand they're using, would click the toggle button which is there, and that would then tell the aeroplane that you're going around. You'll have to forgive me if I start to talk less, because it's going to get very busy, and I have to manage the throttle the whole time. Mariner, good afternoon. I hope you're well. So guys, to enter the giveaway, don't forget to be in with a chance to win one of 2 really amazing Just Flight PA28 aeroplanes for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Click subscribe down below, and then once you've done that, you can answer the following question. Correct answer will get you the entry. What does the letter V in VFR mean? What does the letter V in VFR mean? Then the entry period will stay open until we've parked up on stand and we've got the engines off. Matthew, oh there we go, perfect, thank you. I think you've answered Juicy's question there. But yeah, half bank is literally what it says. So, for example, that line there and that line there are 30 degrees. With half bank, what it would do is it limit that to 15-degree angle of bank. Yeah, Kai, I'm really glad the VATSIM tutorials helped, and all the other tutorials as well, of course. I've got quite a few tutorials coming soon for the PA28 as well, so you guys that like VFR flying, then you'll be able to get a little bit out of that as well, because I really do like that Just Flight PA28, and of course we're giving away 2 today. Loads of giveaways. On Sunday as well, we've got quite a few bits to give away on the day, providing we reach 5,000 subscribers. If the weather's this bad, we might end up, if the ILS fails as well, we might have to fly a go around. So let me just consult the charts. Missed approach, turn right and intercept the PAZ VOR on a radial of 181 outbound to 20 DME, climbing to 17,000 feet and hold. Request instruction from ATC. And this is all terrain avoidance. So somebody's just mentioned there about Captain B's asked, did you start on text? I didn't. I went straight into voice because a lot of people probably think it's easier to use text on VATSIM, which is completely understandable, but it actually gives you a lot more to do. So I would really recommend braving it and just using voice. A lot of it is just using having the knowledge of the phraseology, the things that you've got to say. Hopefully this cloud's starting to break, because we can get some amazing scenery down below then. If you guys want me to change the weather as well soon, let me know, but ideally I would keep live weather on for the METAR. QNH of 1039, good grief. Wow, look at that. .1039, and that's going to kill me because we're at 2 thing. Right, let's go down to 19,000, shall we? Vertical speed. Bring that throttle back with it. And QNH. That's really high pressure. So our hold information, we've got that configured. Hopefully it works nicely as we enter it. You can see that that's what we're expecting to do. 1 minute legs over the PAZ VOR. And yeah, as Seb's saying as well, for those of you who want to join Fly UK, there's a training academy with those guys too, and for their weekly events where they do the difficult landings, oh there's a rainbow, where they do the difficult landings in the sim. There's a lot of terrain down there, so we've got to be really alert here because we don't have a proper terrain radar. Bring our speed to 220, there we go. So their weekly events, they do circle to lands and things. I've actually been developing lots of tutorials with the A320 for Fly UK for those events. Matthew, the toga buttons also sequence the FMS missed approach, so you have to press those buttons in order for the FMS to give you the missed approach guidance. FMS must give you a missed approach, must also be sequenced for the approach to work. So they've actually, that button there, so Aerosoft have put a hidden button in, so instead of you having to reach down and click that, especially when you're busy doing a go around, you can just click that screw right there, and that will allow you to activate toga without having to look away from where you're flying. So from this view you could just click right there and that'll enable toga for you. We're hoping the aeroplane will enter the hold and fly itself quite nicely and manage itself. We've got to keep an eye on the throttle, of course, the whole time. And whilst we're doing that, I can set up for an ILS course of 100. So still thinking ahead of the aeroplane. Let's see. You know what, I won't do that just yet. So we'll have to change the course up here when we start to think about flying the ILS. La Paz, yeah, green guy, the La Paz has a crazy altitude, and good to see you're a Patriots fan as well. My biggest piece of advice, as Jurassic has said there, is start small on VATSIM. Airports that have got one runway and just 1 or 2 easy taxiways, like Edinburgh, are absolutely perfect for you to get started with, because there's nothing worse than throwing yourself in on a busy VATSIM event, not knowing the phraseology and everything else. 2,000 foot rad out, that's fine. Keep an eye on that. There's the hold coming up. Cool. Let's see. I'm going to do one circuit in the hold. I'll do two circuits in the hold then. Actually, so I'll do one circuit in the hold, and then we'll exit the hold because we've got a lot of guys behind as well. So I'm just going to demonstrate the hold. You can see it coming up there, exactly as it looks like on the charts because we've done that ourselves. What we should really do as well is basically turn the landing lights and stuff on as well. Cowl icing is on. Let's turn that off for a bit. Highest capital city in the world, and sadly I was promised such a scenic approach, but I think we're just going to be in the soup that like for the entire way. Gives you guys a little while to enter the giveaway as well if you haven't started already. Head to flyuk.aero if you want to get started with a really good virtual airline. They've got some special liveries for the CRJ. It's not this one, this is my channel livery. I did an oops and clicked the wrong one today. Range, let's bring that in so we can see this closely and monitor that. Remco, you have the alt bug keeps flickering. Is that, yeah, if you make sure if you're above a transition altitude, make sure that you're entering standard pressure, and vice versa when you come out, when you hit a transition level. That might be why. Oops, you know what? In my laziness, I forgot to reset the heading bug. Here we go. There's the airport. Is that the airport? Yeah, and there's a rainbow. Wow. It's a huge rainbow. So you've got to answer the question, once you've clicked subscribe, you've got to answer the question, what does the V in V speed, what does the V in VFR stand for? Not the other one. What does the V in VFR stand for? Good grief, I've got to try and get a picture of that. Got to get a screenshot without crashing the plane. Come on. Hurry up, drone cam. Double rainbow. For those of you who saw that really weird YouTube video from 10-15 years ago. There we go, I might as well get a screenshot of that one too. Watching our speed. That's dropped off a little bit. And let's step down to 18,000 in the hold. So the aeroplane's now entering the hold. La Paz traffic, Skyways 4944, so CRJ7 entering the hold for one circuit at La Paz now. We'll report when exiting. Matt, you can't fly the Fly UK liveries. If you go to, if you've signed up, that's amazing. If you've signed up to the VA, you should be able to go into the fleet centre, and if you then click on the aircraft specifically, there we go, as Jurassic Lark's saying, it should have on there the livery for MSFS. Daniel, yeah, I'm basically 30. Look at that, guys, it's flying the hold really nicely there. Let's make sure always we're centering the heading bug. So there we go. The CRJ is entering the hold, and at this point we can go, you know what, we're cleared to continue, exit. Exit armed. So that's now us telling the aeroplane we want to leave the hold, so it's going to fly itself out. There we go. So, on the charts, back into the drink, we now need to descend to 8 DME on a track of 308 down to 15,000. 15, vertical speed mode. Wow, that was a huge crack of wind. Thunder, lightning. Let's go flaps 1. Whoopsie. It's getting bumpy. 180. And you can see now how the aeroplane's starting to vector itself out of the hold. Is Fly UK only for MSFS? No, it's for every single simulator. X-Plane, FSX, P3D, they've got it all covered. And you can do as little or as much as you guys want. Let's have a little look here, because I fear... Okay, yeah, so it goes up to PAZ and 8 miles, and then it seems to drop off, so we'll have to vector ourselves in for that bit. It's one to watch. But you can see there it's flown the hold perfectly. And we're descending down to 15,000 foot for that final part of today's procedure. So, let's arm the thrust reversers.
Traffic, so it's 5 Papa Bravo,
What we're doing here then, aeroplane? We should be turning left in a second. No, it doesn't want to. Let's just take over. Let's do that. La Paz traffic. Skyways 4944 is exiting the hold at La Paz. Inbound for the ILS Zulu, runway 10. Nice off for infinite flight, come on. Wow, look at that scenery. How fantastic does this look? Oops. Let's in our brief moment of calm, there's one of the guys vectoring in through the storm. Look at that. Stunning. Doctor on board, is it permitted to join more than one VA? Some say yes. Oops, power. Fly UK though, they don't have a problem with that of course, but you need to make sure you achieve one flight per month effectively. Let's get another stage of flaps in here just to help. And it's going to be really difficult because we're not going to get any V-speeds that are accurate at this altitude. So we're just going to have to find the happy place on final approach that gives us, let's turn lock 1 on, that gives us 3 degrees nose up for approach. Let's go for another stage of flaps, shall we? Get that nose down a tad. There we go. As 1-year-old Rainbow's saying, that's the biggest rule really for even any virtual airlines that allow double memberships. You can't double log, so you can't log into 2 VAs and log flights for both of them at the same time. So we're pretty much ready to go. We've got our MDAs and everything set. We're at 15,000 foot, ready to intercept the ILS once we get out to 8 miles, and we're holding 190 knots at the moment. We'll let that speed bleed down to 180. We're on lock 1. We need to change the course. It's 099 there, folks, and on the charts it's actually 100. So let's click that across. 1, and there we go. 100. Lights and everything are as required, and in this intense altitude in the Airbus you would turn the APU on. So in this I'm going to do the same. Bytes, SOV open, and that's going to allow the bleed for the aircon to be redirected through the air conditioning, through the APU, and then that in turn will give us more power in the engines, especially because we're such a high altitude for this approach. There's a Fly UK flying club as well, so if you just want to do a little bit of general aviation every now and again and mix it up, you can do that too. Look at this. Look at that down there. How incredible does that look? The sim surprises me every single day, and it's tours like this that Fly UK do that pretty much just they take you to remote parts of the world that you would never think to fly at, and you get to see stuff like this. The live weather, the scenery down below, absolutely stunning. Airport code that we're heading to, Sierra Lima Lima Papa. It's La Paz in Bolivia. So you can see now the aeroplane's sort of not quite happy. There's a discontinuity where the flight plan just stops at 8 miles. So let's turn. In fact, that's not correct. That's overblown us a bit too much here. We're at 15 miles. I should have noticed that. Naughty me. Let's focus on getting us back. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, it looks real. I completely agree there. Let's change the format of the nav display here. So now we're tracking the localizer. Oh, we've lost the localizer. Of course we have. Let's go back. We'll do, I think it might be back now. Let's have a little look here. FMS. One decimal 3. Yeah, I've done a couple of flights into Mallorca, and that was really scenic too. There we go. We're back on the game. Ever so slightly out of coverage there. Look at that. And yeah, this is it's in 1080p. So we've changed the flight plan tab. Speed, speed, speed. Too fast. Let's slow her down. And we're all pretty much configured now for landing. 14 miles. Soon we should start to see that arrow for the localizer come in. He says as we enter the cloud again. Half bank's off now, so we've got full use of the ailerons. And we can see a glide slope starting to pop back in on view as well on the right hand side of the PFD and on the nav display as well, or the MFD I think it's called in this. We've got the vertical guidance too. Bit more speed because I don't want the nose up that much. We can afford one more stage of flaps, I think. $11 miles. You can see we're using 76% and 1 to try and hold our altitude and speed here. So we're abusing the engines. Ayrton, yes, Bolivia. Guys, don't remember if you've entered the giveaway or if you want to enter the giveaway. Click subscribe down below. If you're enjoying the stream as well, please click like, give us a little thumbs up if you're enjoying the stream. And you need to answer the question, what does the letter V in VFR stand for? And the entry period will close when we land. And we get the engines switched off. Oops. Let's go approach mode. Intercepting the ILS, there's the runway approach lights. 8 miles. We're at 2,100 feet on the rad out. Gear down. Oops. I thought I'd configured that. There's one of the guys. La Paz traffic, skies 4944 is established on the ILS runway 10 to land. I'm just watching the glide slope capture here because it has a tendency sometimes to stick the nose right down, which it's doing for no reason at all. So let's just fly it in, shall we? Fly it in manually, why not? And we'll go our final stage of flaps now. We're about 5 miles out. We've got a 5 knot ever so slight crosswind. And we're at, let's see, descending quite nicely actually. We're at 1 degree nose up, so we can bring that speed down a little bit. And I'm trimming the aeroplane to try and make the approach easier for me, so there's less input required. And all the time managing throttle, that's important. I'm just trying to find what's going to give us 3 degrees nose up. Look at the mountain in the distance on our 1 o'clock. That's spectacular. I feel like we're a little quick. Yeah, let's just bring that throttle back slightly. We're on the glide slope because I'm looking at the vertical lateral guidance. So we're actually flying the ILS quite nicely.
PAZ traffic, Skyways 51 Papa Bravo.
That's 2.5.
30.3 nautical miles establishing on ILS. Runway 10.
Bit of power, that's going to reduce our rate of descent. There we go, 2 red, 2 white. Come on, come.
300.
I think I've nailed the V speeds here at 121, 122.
Minimums.
Continue.
200. Minimums.
We've flown this in from 8 miles.
Minimums. 100. Minimums.
Looking to the end of the runway.
50. 40. 30. 20.
She's a floaty. Down. And reverse thrust. There we go. Airport parking chart. So there's a taxiway coming up, Alpha. Let's get rid of the reverse thrust. I'll have a little look at Volanta to see what that was like. What's VREF for today? We actually didn't have one because of the sheer altitude that we've landed at, so we've pretty much just gone for what was giving us 3 degrees nose up, 2 to 3 degrees nose up for the approach, and that was about 121, 122 knots roughly. Where's the Eddie, the Eagle ramp? There we go, guys. Give us a like if you've enjoyed the landing, the touchdown there. La Paz traffic, Skyways 4944, vacated at Alpha, taxi to the gates. Kevin, yeah, part of that was my speed control, of course, just because I wanted to make sure that that was all okay. On the approach, without any V speeds as well. And do it off the active, so strobes.
The PAZ traffic, Skyways 51 Papa Bravo, established ILS runway 10.
The sheer altitude, we had the APU fired up already for
DME.
this. Sim pilot, thank you. Yeah, if in doubt, just take over and fly it in manually. Helps you control the aeroplane a lot better, that's for sure. And you sort of learn the tweaks. Aaron, more power. Depends if you like your toast dry or if you like it absolutely dripping with butter, I guess. Anyway, once we get on stand and we get the engines off, we will end the giveaway period. You've got 10-20 more seconds, those of you who are tuning in watching, whilst we end this Fly UK Virtual Airlines tour, leg 3 for Scenic South America. You've got a chance to enter by subscribing and then answering the question, what does the letter V in VFR stand for? What does the letter V in VFR stand for? I was going to say, have we got him down yet? He's over there. Lovely jubbly. So get your question, get your answer in the live chat to make sure you're in with a chance. Good grief, we're having to go uphill. Come on, 50% power? Surely. Let's get rid of those thrust reversers. Cream cheese. Well, if you're having cream cheese on a toasted bagel, then I'd like the bagel to have sesame seeds on it and smoked salmon, if we're going all out. Up we go, 50% N1. Power is up the hill. I'm sure somebody's already landed. Come on, he's getting close. It's one of the Fly UK chaps. God, I'm having to put in more power. Wow. 70% N1. That's going to get us into the turn. There's our marshaller. I've just made the fatal mistake of touching the brakes. He's in the way, so we're just going to mow him down. Silly man. And we're taxiing straight up to him, following his commands. Oh yeah, you gotta have a bagel, do it properly. Brakes, engine off. So then, took it to the gate, yeah. Right engine, stop, unlock, close it. That's a fuel shut off. Engine 2, stop, lift the lock, idle cut off. There's the Fly UK Skytrack, so on their system we just hit stop recording and file the pirate, or pirate. That's leg 3 complete. And then we can go to the aircraft tab and open the door. What I will say, guys, is if you're flying in the Aerosoft CRJ, you need to make sure that you've got this page off when you're flying. So have it on when you're on stand, but any other time make sure you're not ever on the aircraft tab because it bugs out. Beacon. Can we get a cleaner to gate 5? Where's I'm sure we've already had somebody else land. Did I overtake? I mean, this is the terminal. Here's one of the older Fly UK liveries. We're waiting for the CRJ to turn up, of course, with one of the guys who have flown along. Because we're all sort of doing this tour together. Oh, that thunder. Not sure where the others are. But anyway, the giveaway period is closed. So while we're waiting for these folk to taxi on in, let's get the party started, shall we? And find out who the first winner for a Just Flight PA28 is for today's stream. Thanks to everybody that's entered so far. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. If you have, click like. And well, Frank's going all out. Fresh salmon with homemade hollandaise. Beautiful. So, all the terms and conditions are on Discord, and to claim, you've got 24 hours, whoever gets drawn, to either email me on the channel contact details of brishavgeek1@gmail.com, or directly on our Discord server. You can direct message me there and let me know. We've got 78 eligible entries today, which is awesome, so thanks everybody for taking part. I hope you have enjoyed today's little trip. Let's see, I'm just checking who we've got entered. Here we go then, for the first winner. Roll it. Steve Mitchell. Been a subscriber since the 27th of March. Congratulations to you. You're the first winner for the Just Flight Piper PA28 Arrow 3. Contact me via email or on Discord to claim your prize. Congratulations to you. There's our first winner, and we've got one more to give away still, so we'll wait for a couple more to land. Actually, we'll either wait for everybody to land, or if we reach 5,000 subscribers, at that point we will then draw the next giveaway. What are we at the moment? 4,970.
Traffic, Skyways 2320, established 9 miles RLS, runway 10.
25 subscribers to go, guys, for us to reach 5,000. So do help us, give us a little tip up to get us to that 5,000 limit. Let's go and watch some of these landings, shall we? Hey, Steve Mitchell's here in the room. Nice one, awesome. Thanks for being part of the community, Steve. And congratulations. The Just Flight PA28 is a really, really good aeroplane. For those of you who have flown in real life before, most of us, including me, started in a PA28, and it's a stunning aeroplane to use. They've done a really good job of it in the sim, so congratulations. You can either contact me on Discord directly or via email, and we'll get it all sorted out for you. And we've still got one more to draw, of course, so help us get to 5k, guys. Loads of giveaways on the weekend if we do. Jurassic, yeah, 103 watching and 102 likes. That's beautiful. That's fantastic. Hopefully all of you guys have enjoyed the stream. Whoa, look at that. I mean, this storm's closing in on the airport now, because we can't even see the mountains off in the distance. We've got one more established, and how many more have we got? While we wait, let's have a look at Volanta, shall we, for our landing rate. Good old Volanta. Oh, where's everybody gone? I think that's it, bizarrely. No one else is on my Volanta. Anyway, flights. Little hold circuit that we flew there, that was that. So that flew that really nicely, and then we vectored ourselves off there for our ILS approach, flying it in manually from about 10 miles. 45 foot per minute at 143 knots, 1.48 G. That's a positive landing rate, 45. That's impossible. Who knows? Smooth anyway. I'll take it. I shan't complain. I'm not sure where everybody else is flying along. Just John to come down. We started off with a lot more, actually. Can't be, I'm glad you've enjoyed the stream. Kevin, hey, do you know if the upcoming livery converter for the fly-by-wire A32NX is going to affect the model matching on VATSIM? No, should be absolutely fine. Here's John, and he's in the correct livery for today, which I should have been using, which is the really amazing flyuk. Yeah, plus 45 is odd. flyuk CRJ crystal livery. Oh, he's got his door down. He hasn't really, it's just the strange way that AI renders in. There we go, look at that. Beautiful livery. One of the best virtual airline liveries there is. Although I am a little biased. There we are. Slow Raider bombed out early on. Oh, that's not good. There was a crash. No good. So I think we started off with about 5 or 6, but we didn't finish with 5 or 6. Let's have a little look at the scenery around us, shall we? Let's go to scattered clouds. Is always a good one. Look at that. That's what we've. He's keen to deboard. Yeah, he's pretty much just throwing everybody out on the tarmac. Look at that scenery that we've navigated around without terrain radar. But that's what the current flyuk livery is, guys. For those of you joining the virtual airline, it's absolutely stunning. It's on all their aeroplanes. And the one that we saw on the A320, of course, is the old livery, which we can't download anymore. But it's just a strange thing that Model Matching is doing at the moment. He's got the door open for those tight connections. There we go, that's the old livery. Excuse the poor drone camera operation. As I snap back. That guy still stood underneath the aeroplane, he's got a death wish. Either a death wish or very good life insurance. Look at that scenery. It's a butter scoop. I see, he's cleaning the runway after I've touched down. But look at that, what a stunning part of the world.
PAZ traffic Skyways 2320 vacated.
And we wouldn't have ended up here if it wasn't for the Fly UK Virtual Airline Tours. This is the Scenic South America Class D tour, which is on the website, and it all hops around South America. And this is leg 3, so Lima to La Paz leg 3, and it's resulted in this beautiful approach and scenery. A lot of it we couldn't obviously do. We couldn't see properly because of the weather that we had on the way in, but that made it quite dynamic and quite interesting anyway. So really, really, really scenic, and a great place to touch down and land. Challenging with the altitude, elevations of 13,314 feet, of course. So while we watch John taxi on in, let's get our second winner drawn for today, second and final of 2 for the giveaway today. Thanks to Paul Brown for donating the funds for today. We've got a fantastic community behind this channel, makes it really quite exceptional. So the second winner, again, contact me on Discord directly or via email, britishavgeek1@gmail.com, within 24 hours of the draw. And as the CRJ creeps into view, the next winner is Narendra. So congratulations to you too. New subscriber today. So congratulations, I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Contact me to claim your prize, and we'll go through what currency you use and things like that. So congratulations to both of you guys. Don't forget on Monday, Monday is today, don't forget on Sunday coming up, if we hit 5,000 subscribers, which I feel like we will, then we're going to be giving away another Piper PA28 Arrow 3, donated courtesy of Just Flight themselves, so that's really kind of them. We're going to be giving away a €30 Aerosoft gift card to redeem on aerosoft.com for whatever you guys want to get, whoever wins that. And also for another winner, whoever wins, where's he going, into the terminal? And then for a third prize, we're going to be giving away a 35 Australian dollar value for that winner to pretty much choose whatever they want on Orbex Direct. So that's quite a cool set of giveaways. I don't see any other YouTube channels giving away so much as well, so make sure you stay subscribed and stay tuned. Hope you've enjoyed today's stream. Join Fly UK with the link in the live chat, guys, if you want to join a really good virtual airline. And any questions, just feel free to ask us in our Discord server. Always happy to help and answer any questions about anything. If you're new to the sim and you want to get stuck into the Aerosoft CRJ or the Airbus A320 or the PA28, I've got tutorials for all 3 of those on the channel in the playlist section, as well as loads of tutorials covering VATSIM, so how to get started on VATSIM from real basic and covering everything end to end, gate to gate. So check those out too. Congratulations to both of our winners, and thank you as always to our channel members for supporting the stream. All our tips, Ruben, David, Paul, Mats and Wesley as well. Thank you to all of you guys for dropping tips and donations today during the stream. It really is appreciated in supporting the channel. So enjoy the rest of the week. We've got content going live all the way through the week as well, so there's not going to be a day without something going live on the channel. So check all of that stuff out and join us on Sunday, hopefully, for our 5,000 subscriber group flight on Microsoft Flight Simulator's multiplayer servers. and all the details for that is in our Discord server. Thank you all for watching. Well done to both our winners. Thanks to everybody for entering as well. I hope you have enjoyed it, and see you Sunday for the next live stream. Have a good one. Hope you have a great week. Thanks for watching.